That day, we made a promise. A promise that we made for a lifetime. She gave life new purpose. With her, beautiful things began to grow. She knows how to keep the party going, and is always up for the challenge. Her smile and her dance moves fuel me every day. She's the key to my heart, and the lock that holds us together.
Robitussin honey.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
Robitussin, the only brand with real honey and elderberry.
New Jeep Compass Latitudes in Waynesboro, just $27,200.
Choose your vehicle and we'll bring it to you.
The President's Day sales event, all month long.
Low financing and payments to fit your budget.
Your safety comes first with the First Alert Radar Network. First just got faster. From the station that's on your side, News 12, First at 5, continues.
We are live at 5 at the Upper State Championship game in South Carolina. Our Dan Booth will have the latest on the North Augusta girls basketball team in just a moment. Game's about to start. But first, when you think about President Jimmy Carter's legacy, you probably think about Habitat for Humanity.
President Carter helped build dozens of homes over his lifetime, and even one right here in the CSRA. Our Hallie Turner sat down with the executive director to learn more about his impact.
What you see here is the start of a dream that's built on legacy. From the dirt, gravel to cement block, to wood frames, installation, and a roof completed with shingles. Habitat for Humanity's mission is to take someone's dream and make it a reality. It's one that takes a community to do so. And it's also a seed that President Jimmy Carter planted more than 30 years ago that continues to grow right here in the CSRA.
Jimmy Carter's work with Habitat for Humanity dates back all the way to 1984 when the former president worked at a habitat site in Americus, Georgia. His dedication to this nonprofit never stopped. Bernadette Fortune says even in the CSRA, Carter's legacy continues to leave an impact on all who volunteer to build the homes and those who move into the home.
I think the real legacy that he's done is not just even providing a home for those people, for over 4,390 homes built, renovated, or repaired. But it isn't just those 4,390 parents that he helped. He helped those parents. He helped their children. He helped their children's children. It's really lifting people out of the legacy of not owning homes or poverty.
Coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we take a deeper look into how Carter's legacy continues to impact one family who will soon call this foundation their home.
And continuing our coverage on former President Jimmy Carter, we're hearing from a local man who worked directly under Carter. Herb Upton served under Jimmy Carter for about 6 months during the beginning of his presidency. He says Carter has a mind like a steel trap and cared deeply about people. He spoke with our Nick Proto about the legacy Jimmy Carter leaves behind.
They broke the mold with him as far as what a past president ought to be doing with their time, with all the valuable contacts they have and the things that they can accomplish. And he's certainly done that. Somebody that is honest and straightforward and cares deeply about the country and about people, all people. I think that's really his main legacy.
You can watch Nick's full interview with Upton on our website and on our WRDW streaming app. We're going to send things over to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale, who is tracking a backup on I-20.
And now, First Alert traffic.
Morning. Temperature-wise, should stay in the 60s rest of tonight, but by early tomorrow, we are going to bring back some cooler weather. Have an update for you in just about 10 minutes.
After years of planning, today North Augusta city leaders broke ground on the new North Augusta Public Safety Headquarters. In recent months, City Council approved a $25 million budget for the build, a steep jump from the original plan for $10 million back in 2017.
It's been a long time coming, way before I became mayor, and this is something that our public safety needed, and our city is growing. our future is bright, and we need to have the facilities for our public safety to continue to do what they do, which is protect our citizens and improve our quality of life.
The new state-of-the-art facility at Georgia and Observatory Avenues will replace the existing facility on East Buena Vista Avenue, which is nearly 70 years old. Georgia's gun laws may pull Atlanta out of the running to host the Democratic National Convention.
Because of these laws, we've already seen big events canceled or moved, like Music Midtown and Sweetwater Brewing's 420 Fest, for safety reasons. Madeline Montgomery explains why this is posing a problem.
The constitutional carry law lets anyone who can legally buy a weapon carry it on most public property. Georgia's open carry laws let people openly carry rifles in public spaces without a permit. Because of these laws, we've already seen Sweetwater Brewing's 420 Fest get moved to their brewery instead of staying at Centennial Olympic Park, and then Music Midtown was canceled last year for similar safety reasons.
And let's be clear, this doesn't just affect Atlanta. This is a statewide law, so it can affect festivals or outdoor things that happen in Columbus, in Savannah, in Athens, in Macon. And so I think that we need to understand that, one time may be an exception, but now when we see two festivals and we have more on the books, shaky knees among them that are on public land, hopefully we can now galvanize around the solution and really focus on allowing these kinds of very good things to happen in our city and in our state.
In Atlanta, officials have been pushing to host the Democratic Convention here as a way to show off the party's gains in Georgia with the elections of Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff.
North Augusta girls basketball. The team is in Greenville, South Carolina tonight, getting ready for the Upper State Championship game. This is the 7th time in 8 years the team has made it to the state Final Four. Our Dan Booth is live at Bob Jones University in Greenville. And Dan, it looks as though the game is already underway. What can we expect tonight?
Meredith, it is already loud in here. The game just tipped off moments ago. North Augusta is up to a 5-1 lead early on, a couple of minutes in. And North Augusta's crowd, like I said, they're getting ready to roll. They're already loud and setting the tone from the jump. And this state semifinal game between North Augusta and Wade Hampton, if North Augusta wins this game, they'll be going back to the state championship game for the 6th time in the last 7 years, which is incredible. And just very similar to that feat that you mentioned moments ago about their state semifinal stat. Now, this team is no stranger to the big stage. They've played under the spotlights many times, and the thing that is very interesting about this game is they're loaded with a lot of young talent this year. There are 3 seniors in their starting lineup, and they're supported by 3 freshmen, 2 of which are starters. And we can't forget about Ashley Walker, who's an 8th grader, whose impact off the bench has certainly not gone unnoticed. Now, the road to the Upper State Championship game has been filled with ups and downs for the Lady Jackets, but there's one thing that's remained constant, and that's their youth movement, and this year's team is ready to make their mark on an already impressive legacy for their program.
My family is really excited because this is like my big first game. I mean, during middle school, I played in the championship, but like this is like state, so if you win, it's even bigger and more exciting. So it means a lot to my family, knowing that I'm a young player.
Now, North Augusta, like I mentioned, is still up to a small lead right here in the first quarter. And, as you mentioned off the top, Mayor, this is their 7th time in the last 8 years that they're in the state semifinals. And it's going to be interesting to see how a lot of these players end up performing on this big stage once again, knowing how many young players they have. And I'm going to have continuing coverage throughout the evening from right here at Bob Jones University. And it's going to be a lot of fun to break all this down later on tonight at 11. But until then, reporting from Bob Jones University in Greenville, Dan Booth on your side.
All right, and thanks for that, Dan. It sounds loud there. It looks like a lot of people made the 3-hour journey to Greenville to support the Yellow Jackets.
Well, the 2023 Augusta Half Marathon is this Saturday, and if you are in the Broad Street area, it will impact roads. It starts at 7 a.m. at Augusta Common on Reynolds Street. And most of Broad Street and streets leading off of it will be closed until the race is over. If you want to look at the full road closure list, it's on our website, wrdw.com.
Well, we are tracking heavy races after the break.
Plus, some of your favorite on-air talent is facing off in a soccer match. Oh, this is what Will's been talking about. Oh yeah.
Tennessee Hale.
Stick around for their game highlights coming up.
All new on 12 at 6 o'clock, we're taking a look at a local medical training, providing healthcare professionals with better resources and preparation.
Deputies with a history of violence still out on the streets.
Hey, why you punching him, man?
Instead of de-escalating, even the sheriff's office says they took it too far. The I-Team investigates Monday on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Time and
Deals and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Here at News 12, we like to have some fun when we aren't running out to breaking news. After being inspired by the World Cup, our Morning Mix executive producer set up the first ever 1226 Soccer Cup.
I'm still sore today, but one of the teams facing off is the First Alert team and the morning team. Our Will Volt caught their match up, and it's certainly one to watch.
I don't think I played soccer since I was in high school, maybe, so probably 15 years ago.
We've seen a couple decades go by.
Oh, man.
I played organized game of soccer.
We got a couple inexperienced teams on the field for this one. This matchup features our station's morning team taking on Team First Alert. Let's get right to the action.
Yeah, Tim.
A lot of defense early on. These players putting their bodies on the line.
Oh, my bad, Tim.
It's still scoreless with a few minutes left, but here comes Riley with a pass to McCall, and he scores. Team First Alert takes the 1-0 lead. The morning team could never get that ball past Anthony Carpino. They never score. And Team First Alert holds on to take the win.
We're protesting the game.
It was meant for us to win today, so that's how it worked out.
Chief meteorologist Riley Hale says this team just works well together.
I think the weather team we click. And we know where each other are going, know how the ball movement goes, so, yeah. So I'd pull out the win today.
This team of meteorologists is issuing an alert for the competition. They're here to win.
1, 2, 3.
First Alert! In Augusta, Will Volt on your side.
Oh boy, First Alert advances to the semifinals. You know who they advance to the semifinals to face? The Instigators. I'm the team captain right here, and there is no way. I recruited well. I picked the right people. We won 3-1 yesterday.
Here we
They
go.
won 1-0.
And guys, Will is so good, and he makes all the goals and does all the assists.
I scored 1.
And you scored two. You should listen to this talk between breaks and stuff. It's hilarious.
Will and the Instigators are the team to
It
beat,
is. It's
so
pretty good.
We're gonna
It's
have
pretty
fun.
good.
To say I've got people cheering out in our newsroom for this right now. We're gonna win. That's all I have to say.
All I
Chico talking our EP is they're on my team. So
Oh my God! Do you guys see what I'm dealing with this whole week?
Hey,
Wow,
outside,
it's
that
a
gives us
lot.
more fuel. We're
It's
gonna
a
be
lot,
the
that's right.
underdogs. Oh yeah,
underdogs.
Monday.
I can assure you I'm scoring more goals on Anthony than ever before.
See what I mean? Yo, it's actually very funny.
Yeah.
I know.
Illegal gambling.
All right, you're adding some
There's
fuel
so
to the
much
fire.
testosterone happening right
We're
now.
gonna have a lot to play for on Monday, but
Just a little bit.
great
It's not
time.
gonna be hard. I'm not worried.
Yeah, looking forward to that championship Monday.
All right, I'll see
We'll
you
see
then.
you on the pitch.
I'll see you then.
All right, good.
Bringing my cleats.
Oh, bring the cleats now. All right.
I heard you.
Going back to weather and traffic, we do have some wet conditions. Temperature-wise, behind that front, we're not really going to cool off too much. High temperature is still well above average Monday through Friday next week.
There is a wild movie hitting the box office this weekend, and it's all inspired by a true story. Stick around to find out more.
News 12, voted best weather coverage by the Georgia Association of Broadcasters.
Ashley's President's Day sale has been extended. It's your last chance to save up to 40% off hot buys and save 20% off store-wide. Plus, get up to 5 years interest-free. Only at Ashley.
I owe this massive thank you to everyone who takes the time out of their day to donate.
Meet Kristen. She's alive today thanks to around 25 lifesavers who donated blood.
I often think about it in the little things, like we celebrate her birthday, or it's a pretty day outside.
At the Blood Connection, we believe that lifesavers like the ones who donated blood and saved Kristen's life deserve to be thanked and rewarded from the time you walk in the door until the time you leave. Come donate blood and save lives with the Blood Connection and find out what it really means to be rewarded.
Wrdw. Let's go places.
Bro, one more time.
Jeff Peanut Butter. It's that jipping good. Ludacris changed his flow for it.
Every parent knows when it's time to
Foster sets. Plus, save up to $900 on Purple. Only at Ashley.
No, don't eat that, don't eat that. Let's see what kind of effect that has on me.
A bear did cocaine. Well, a movie with a very memorable title and outrageous concept is in theaters right now. It's called, you guessed it, Cocaine Bear. It's a horror comedy inspired by the true story of a 1985 drug runner's plane crash, missing cocaine, and a Smoky Mountain black bear who finds it in the Chattahoochee National Forest. That's right here in Georgia. Now, the story takes an even crazier twist because its taxidermied remains ended up in a mall in Kentucky. So we asked some moviegoers in Kentucky how they feel about the movie.
Never a dull moment. A lot of emotion swings, whether they were positive or horrific. It kept you on the edge of your seat. Oh yeah, there was a bunch of ups and downs. As goofy as I thought it would be, it was a fun ride. If you can't see, I'm here repping the Kentucky merchandise, and if you look right here behind me, we have the bear itself.
I'm not quite sure where you get a t-shirt like that. This says Cocaine Bear, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Get some merch for the movie? I don't know. I can't believe that's a true story, but
It is. And there are some documentaries coming out where they're using actual news footage and old.
That's concerning.
Yeah, our old archives covering the story.
Hopefully that does not happen again.
Crazy.
That's a problem.
Yeah. All right. Rihanna isn't taking any breaks after her Super Bowl halftime show. The singer is set to perform Lift Me Up at the Oscars, according to the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. The ballad from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, is up for Best Original Song, marking her first ever Oscar nomination. The Oscars will happen in Los Angeles next month.
Remember, for any evening plans you have, we are tracking scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms out there the rest of this evening. Have an update for the weekend forecast just after break.
At Stanton Optical,
Be sure to join us for Warren, A Way of Life, Sunday at 11 a.m. right here on WRDW News 12.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Hi, Estelle. From all of us at the CBS Evening News, congratulations on 35 incredible years at WRDW in Augusta. Thank you for all your hard work, dedication to local news in your community, and I hear it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Estelle Parsley, our Vice President of News, has so many more shout-outs from the news world. If you'd like to see them as we celebrate her 35 years at WRDW.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible work.
35 years. Stick around. Some of you might remember her from her time on air as an anchor and reporter.
Absolutely. It's going to be it's a great shout-out. We all saw it this morning, too,
Yeah.
so congratulations to Estelle.
Riley?
Absolutely. Big congratulations to Estelle. 35 years. Quite the mile marker there. Hey, we do have some rain that's moving